The whole time? That is fine.
At some point we'll switch out, but here, Mom.
I mean, you tell me what you want to do.
I can't reach it because I got a seatbelt on, sweetheart. Oh, thank you.
This is the ultimate video game. I'm here to the beauty of the airplane is it's so automated. The bad thing about the airplane is it's so automated. Alright, the airplane's going to make a beeping noise. That's because of me. Or maybe not. Okay, so it's summer now, and the end of runway 9 right. Still in Paris. We'll maybe go to Hong Kong next. So Robert, you want this Robert to do the takeoff?
You're pilot flying.
Alright, okay. Very good. So when he's the pilot flying, we're going to put the big display over on his side. He's got the big map on his side. And one thing real quick. We are cleared for takeoff. So literally all you have to do is push the thrust levers up a tiny bit and then fill these buttons right there. Just push the buttons and it'll take over.
Okay. Great, it's going to need more pressure.
Nope. Just push straight in. Right there.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Here we go.
Alright, use your rudders to stay on the center line.
After that. Airspeed alive.
Nope, keep nose down. There's V1. Now rotate.
V1.
So pull back nice and smooth.
Positive rate.
Now positive rate, you're up.
You're coming up.
Alright, see that little circle? You put that inside your big circle. So keep pulling back a little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. Push over slightly.
Flaps coming up.
And hang on 1 second. Yeah, don't do them any more than that because we're still a little slow. Now you can go to flaps 1.
Flaps 1. What up to our airspeed?
The airplane's taking care of it for you. It's all programmed in.
As you said, the bad thing about this airplane, it's automated.
And flaps up. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get it around that gate. There you go. Nicely done.
On to 3,000.
Yep, level at 3,000 feet. Speed will start coming back here. Let's go ahead and open the window at this point. I'm not too fast on it. All right, Robert, if you'll steer his heading selector around to about
6 before.
Yeah, about 180. Let's go ahead south. And then push right in the middle of it. There you go. And you see on your flight mode annunciator that it says heading select now. So that's directing a turn to the right. Catch a couple things off here. Use your checklist for just a minute. It's complete. Alright, nicely done. We're just going to go around basically that same pattern. We'll fly over the top of Paris again. And then we will come back and do another landing on 9 right.
That last landing, did I get airborne again, or was it just a little fall bounce?
It kind of hopped up a little bit. Not a bad landing for the first one in here.
And I was on the center line.
We were on the center line. Cannot complain about that. Alright, how about dialing in about 220?
220?
Yeah. Very good.
This boy spent too much time on Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Big. Microsoft Flight Sim can make the flying portion of it easier. It certainly doesn't make the landings easier.
What got me in trouble when I first started my private, the instructor had to teach me to get my head out of the cockpit.
If you'll dial him in, actually no, that's good. That 220 heading for a second. I'm going to give you a little bit of hyperspeed to get you down a little bit. go. And if you would dial in about a 260 heading, please.
260. It's amazing when they did the takeoff at Oshkosh, you saw the tail fin coming. By the time they started the show, it was rotating. It's not making any noise.
Yeah, I actually, the two previous guys wanted to hear a little bit, so I turned the volume way up. So the air noise, but this is pretty close to what the airplane actually does. All right, when you get your wings level, I'm going to give you a hypersonic speed push towards the tower, so you get a nice little view of that again. There you go. And Robert, if you go ahead and dial in 2,000 feet for him.
So maintain 2,000.
2,000, then select the FLCH, the flight level change, just below that lighted thing. Yeah, right there, perfect. And you'll notice the thrust levers are coming back to idle. And then you'll just follow the little pitch prompt with the big circle around the little circle, and it'll just send you down to 2,000 feet.
$2,500.
How come we didn't hear the radar altimeter alert?
The first time?
Yeah.
You did. You were just busy. Then it also calls 1,000 feet. Actually, we call 1,000 feet, sorry. Give him about a 280 degree heading.
280.
Nicely done, nice and smooth. Coming up on 2,000 feet.
It's really wild.
Yeah, the HUD will spoil you for sure. And the thing is, it's very, very sensitive to your seat position and also the intensity. So if it's too bright or too dim, you can change it, the intensity right there. All right, let's go ahead and select flaps 1 for him.
Flaps 1.
And on the remote control panel for the speed, go ahead and drive it down to, you look at your speed tape, it's about 198 knots. Good.
2,000.
Confirm one flat on the hood.
Yeah, you see that little number 1 that popped up on your speed tape
Yep.
when you selected the flaps 1? That's your minimum operating speed for that flap setting. All right, Robert, go ahead and give him flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
And select the speed proper for flaps 5, which is about 182. That matches what your speed tape says. And maybe 183. And give him a heading of about 360. So you're coming around, the airport is about your 2 o'clock position, and roughly 10 miles. So if you look out the right window, you can see the rabbit searchlights.
Airport exit 3 o'clock.
I'll give you just a little bit of a push closer to final.
bet there's some passengers that would love for you to do that for them.
Yeah. But there are other things we do in here that the passengers wouldn't like at all. Rubber to fuel, dial in about a 040 heading.
040.
Very good. Now arm the approach. So select APP.
Approach on.
And you'll notice that localizer and glide slope came up on your flight mode annunciator. So your localizer and your glide slope are now armed. So as soon as you intercept the localizer first, that'll turn green. It'll go in big digits, big letters. And then glide slope will capture. There's your localizer capture. It's going to tell you to turn right.
There's the localizer. I didn't see that before. I was just watching the glide slope and again I was visual on the runway.
Now you'll also notice there's a dashed line running right across the bottom of the, it's right above the number that says 1700 on it.
Yep.
That's a 3-degree glide slope that the airplane has given you. So if you put your flight path vector right over that 3-degree glide slope line, you touch down right on that point. So as the end of the runway comes up on the dashed line, you'll notice that that's basically what the flight path vector follows down, even though you're flying an ILS with the glide slope from the navigs on the ground. Yeah, go ahead and give him flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
And you see the 15 pop up on the speed bug, give him that speed.
63-ish.
Very good. And just as soon as the glide slope on the top right-hand corner of the HUD or your primary flight display, just inside the altitude tape, that diamond,
Got it.
you'll see that diamond kind of flash and then start down. As soon as it starts down, you want to go ahead and select gear down.
No, summertime, no turbulence.
You said you wanted some turbulence?
How about give him some wind shear on short final?
I'll make a
Hey,
regular.
diamond's coming down.
All right, let's select gear down.
Gear down. Auto brakes 3.
Yep, and you can go ahead and select flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
There you go.
Glide slope 5.
And let's go flaps 25.
Flaps 25.
And go ahead and put in about 147 knots on the speed.
47. Speed brakes armed.
And let's go flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Glide slope on localizer.
And you'll notice the nice thing about this, you don't have to use any rudders at all unless you have a crosswind. If you have a crosswind, you use it right before touchdown just to put the nose straight in the center line, unless you're landing in the ground.
Clear to land 9 right.
You are clear to land, runway 9 right.
More landings each will be multi-current again. Wow.
There you go. The interesting thing about the fly-by-wire system, every time you move a flight control surface, the airplane will respond. So if you don't need to move a flight control surface, it's
Don't.
smoother. Yeah. It's a nice way of saying that, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard lesson to learn depending on the airplane you've been flying. So through, so you can run on 500 feet. Just as you saw the other Robert do, right about 30 feet, you do your round out to your flare. Bring the nose up toward the horizon, just let it slowly sink down.
Now this time we did not get the radar.
It's at 2,500 feet. Whenever you're on an ILS, it doesn't do some of the call-outs, but it will give you your 50, 30, 20.
Forward.
50,
Back to center line.
30,
Nose back,
20,
real small corrections.
10.
Real small corrections. Alright, wings level, nice and easy. Here we go, real smooth. Alright, thrust reversers up.
That was a double.
Your brakes are on. Yeah, you get 2 landings credit for that.
It took high speed.
Oh yeah, we were still going 100 and something knots. Alright, there's 80 knots. We'll close our reverser so we don't get FOD damage. Bring the aircraft to a stop straight ahead. Or we'll take a high speed.
What are you doing?
Get off the runway. Not real well, evidently. Because we have a Cherokee behind us. We have to clear the runway, you know?
Alright, bring the aircraft to a stop. How would you like to go to Hong Kong?
Why not?
Alright. Give me just a second.
You want to check this again out?
Yep.